Hi, welcome back. And as you saw there, we're going to have a conversation about STEM and Stemnovation campaign. Right, this campaign is being spearheaded by the Free SHS, and we have been joined in the studio by Nana Abna Afrasika Mensah, who's the Deputy National Coordinator for the Free SHS, and Samuel Owusu Boateng of Cocktail Media, the technical production team. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get right into the conversation on this Stemnovation. What brought about this whole campaign?
All right. Thank you to the viewers, and I want to say a very big thank you to the Honorable Minister. Since he's the chief advocate for STEM, we realized that our education system is full of theoretical aspects. So myself and the team, we sat down, why don't we bring something practical so that we challenge the students to develop something new. So we fall on Cocktail Media. Since they are into, they've done it before with the basic school. Okay. So we had a conversation with them, and then we sat down together, and then we decided to come up with this whole Stemnovation. Minister agenda was STEM, so why don't we bring something innovative? So it's STEM and then innovation, doubled together as Stemnovation.
What is STEM?
Science, technology, engineering, and then mathematics.
Right. Now, why do we really have to pay attention to STEM and then the innovation aspect of it?
All right, okay. When you look at the developed country, before any country can develop, you need to spearhead the agenda of STEM before any country can develop. That is why we can see developed countries like China, they are growing rapidly. So, since Minister is the chief advocate for STEM, and then he's the chief engineer for STEM, he has schooled outside, and he has seen the need to promote STEM in our country. That is why we also came up with this practical solutions.
Right.
Innovation.
Cocktail Media. Now, Sika says that you've done it before. What did you do and what was the result?
Yes, so for the past 3 years, we've been working with the Catholic Education Unit, with the Catholic schools, basic schools across the country. We challenge them to develop STEM projects, and we give them themes every year. They take the themes, they develop projects, and then they present the projects. We take them through some processes where we judge, we select the very best. We go from regional to national level, and then we award some prizes. And in the space of 3 years, for example, we have a project where a school all the way from Western region, St. Antonio of Padua, was able to use, for example, urine to produce electricity. And as we speak, is at the community level in their community, giving some returns. And we've had a school like Kita Akachi RC Basic, making tarpaulins with sachet water rubbers. And then for the past year, they've been making these tarpaulins for the farmers for drying cocoa, for drying the vegetables, etc. Yeah, so these are the things we do, which I think the ministry saw our work and invited us to produce Stemnovation.
So with Stemnovation, where are we currently, and where are we heading to? All right, okay. We started with we wanted to go there in person, but due to time constraint, we couldn't go there in person. So we did the virtual one with the judges. So the students will present their projects, they will defend it, and then the judges will score them a mark. So now we are currently at the final stage, which is the grand finale, becoming of this week at the University of Ghana, Legon campus, Issa Hall. And then we have we have the 16 regional champions. So every 16 region, we have a champion there who is the best projects in his or her region. So those schools will come to Accra, University of Ghana, Legon. For 16th, we have the STEM fair. We will exhibit. That's on Wednesday. Yeah. No, 16th will be arrival of the students. So the Thursday, which is 17th, we have the STEM fair. We will just display their projects. So we are pleading with opinion leaders, industry players, that they should come around, tap into those projects that these students have developed, so that maybe they will adapt it and then
do we have
upgrade it.
An idea, you know, what some of the projects are on? So for instance, the exhibition, what are we coming to see? I'm very fascinated about the urine generating electricity, because as for that,
there's an abundance of it.
Product we can easily get.
So
So what are some of the projects that will be on display?
I can address that. Yeah, so before, I think you were addressing an issue before we came on air.
Yes, yes.
Some water
the flooding
flooding.
Yes.
Yes, we gave them 3 thematic areas. So all the projects you'll be seeing are within the 3 thematic areas. We gave them solar for socio-economic development. We gave them recycling for socio-economic development. And then we gave them coding and programming for socio-economic development. So why solar? We have abundant sunlight, yet we have energy crisis, power crisis annually. Why recycling? So much garbage, blocking the drainage. Apart from having people building in these waterways, you also have garbage, a lot, that blocks the drainages. Yeah, so we are actually asking the kids to convert the garbage to something very useful. Then why coding and programming? We have coding and programming because we don't want to leave our kids behind. Everything is migrating to the IT world. And if you come to Stemnovation, you'll be blown away by what you'll be seeing. Stemnovation is not really new, but then it's doing something new. It challenged senior high schools, senior high technical schools, and then technical and vocational institutes. Now you realize that if you take what the government is already sponsoring, the National Science and Math Quiz, you find that you can't bring vocational students to compete with the senior high school students. The gap is very wide, the curricular content and all. But then if you say they should think and develop indigenous solutions to problems in their communities, it's a leveler, it's an even playing field for all schools. So you see a project, for example, a school has been able to use corn cobs, Pope John Senior High School has used corn cobs, and some very simple but yet complicated system to create a filtration system that can help us to recover pure water from our polluted water bodies, which Galamsey is claiming from us. They have come up with a way where we can recover some of the water. You would also find the school has developed a smart traffic light. You know, in Ghana, cars don't stop for at the zebra crossing. We expect them to know so that people gather at the zebra crossing, cars are supposed to stop, but they don't stop. So they've developed something which a traffic light that can detect a certain number of people present, then it will activate the lights, and then the drivers will be compelled to stop for the people to pass. And if they jump it, it's able to take a shot and it's able to send an SMS message to the security services. So you can imagine if we have something like that. Then maybe lastly, I can point to a school that has developed something for, there's a school in Our Lady of Mount Carmel. They've developed an online exam system, which they are hoping GES would consider nationally for all public senior high schools, so that parents could know where their kids are. In these times, we've noticed students can take exams without mommy and daddy's consent, and they will be roaming around. But then with this system, you would need a parent actually requesting for you to leave the school, and then he or she can know where you are at every given time. So if you come to Stemnovation on the 17th, 18th, you'll be blown away. The stuff you'll be seeing under solar, recycling, coding and programming.
No, we love what we are hearing. I think that Stemnovation is a very laudable, idea and quite a beautiful project. Now, my concern is, usually we have roundtable discussions, we have research works being done, we have all these amazing ideas. We finish all these, and then the problem still persists. I'm happy that you are going to have this at Issa Hall, because they have done a lot of research works, but the problem is still as it is. Now, after this weekend, then what? They come and show all these beautiful ideas and everything. Then
what? Yes. So the projects are not going to sit on the school shelves. So we have 2 main partners in this direction. One is with Kantanka, with his labs. We all know what locally he's trying to do. He's trying to engineer, even if it's re-engineering of stuff that is already in the system. Then we can acquire such stuff locally. The importations are one of the contributions to the dollar issue. If we can actually produce here and buy and sell within our communities, then we wouldn't be taking things from outside. So Kantanka is helping with his labs to upgrade and then at least implement the projects at the community level. So let's say Ghanaians may not want to use what the kids are building, but at least within their communities. So imagine if all 16 regions, their districts, their villages, etc. For example, Rara Senior High built a solar power charging system that can be used to power so many electrical appliances. As we speak, even before coming to national level. They won their region. Before coming to national level, the DC has empowered them, and then they are powering the schools in their communities, the villages already with the solar chargers.
Yeah.
So imagine if we get Kantanka to upgrade, to help with the re-engineering and improvement of these techs, and we begin to use at the community level, that would be very great. Then we have some foreign partners. So we have individuals who like to use the platform to thank them for their support. So we have individuals from the Smithsonian Science Education Center. In the US, you find that they are like a quasi fourth arm of government, because that's how serious they take STEM. And we have some partners from that institution. We have individuals from Duke University, and then we have individuals from Keene University, and then Rowan's College at Burlington County. These individuals have come on as international judges. So as she said, we did eliminations, virtual eliminations. We balloted among the schools. There were 97 in all at the regional. Yeah, we had about 200, and it was narrowed down to 97. The 97 entered a contest where they balloted, and then they came in pairs before a panel of judges. We started with the Ghanaian judges, where they would come through Zoom, and then we stream live. And the judges get to see them pitch their projects, and then they question the technicalities of the project, score, and once they do the scoring, they can actually promote one school to progress to the next stage. And that's how we arrived at 23. And we have 16 regional champions, 23 we have extra 7 promising projects, making it 23. And they are being invited to Accra. So when they got to the final, the regional final, we brought in our international judges. And then they actually screened to help us to know the overall best solar, overall best coding and programming projects, and then the overall best recycling projects. And the goal is to take these projects, and then they're also helping with R&D. They want to make their labs available to do some R&D on what has been developed. And there's no attempt to steal the intellectual property. No, they are not there to. They actually, we have some very well-meaning African Americans and also Ghanaian. We have Dr. Fred Bwedu, who is with Duke University, and then Dr. Britta Teesford. She's the one leading the team. And then she and all her friends are working together to help us develop these projects. So they will not end up like one of the projects at ISA.
Well, they shouldn't. We will not allow you.
No,
we won't allow you. Let's,
that is not the goal. That is at all. It will be, and we are hoping in the space of 5 years, let's do this for, let's say, 5 years and a decade. We are positive that we will solve the recycling issue. We'll solve the flooding. We believe the flooding will be solved.
What are the ages of these young people?
Second cycle students.
So
secondary school students, TVET students, and then secondary technical students.
So let's say up to like 18.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
16, yeah, within that range, 16, 17, 18.
Right. Now, what do these gentlemen or these ladies and gentlemen stand to benefit? Because they are not racking their brains. You know, they have to be studying for WASI and other exam. They've put that on hold for a little bit, preparing on Stemnovation and all this. What would they benefit? We have so many amazing packages in there for them. We'll give them laptop and then printers, and also there's a trip to the US, as my brother rightly said. Those our partners want to sponsor them to come to their labs to know what is happening in their labs. So there's a trip for them to go to the US. No, as coordinator for Free SHS, you know, won't it be a case where these people will finish and then you come and tell them that, you know, money is not there and we don't have this. We won't allow you to give them that. No, it wouldn't happen. It would not happen. But anyway, how is Free SHS doing? Oh, Free SHS is doing well. Now, have you given the guys in school food? We've done everything. Are you sure? Sure. We'll go and check. We know Citi. We'll go and check. I don't unravel this one. We'll go and check. All right. I think there's a very laudable idea. And our young people have so much in them, and sometimes I feel we are not really helping them bring out what is in them. So this is a very productive way of putting their energies to work, you know.
10 seconds. Any final thank yous?
Yeah. Okay. We want to say thank you to the Honorable Minister, who is the Chief Advocate for STEM, and also helping us to develop this whole concept. And then our coordinator for Free Senior High School, Mr. William Dakwa.
10 seconds is open.
And also the team from Free Senior High School, Cocktail Media, Deputy Ministers, all the staff from the Ministry of Education and the Cocktail Media, the coaches from all the schools, and then the students. Want to say thank you to all of them.
And the headmasters.
So quickly,
yes,
quickly
I want to, and everybody.
So I want to quickly also thank the judges. We just acknowledge them. Dr. Edumenu, Dr. Yvonne Senalo, Dr. Brita Feedford, Dr. Brandy Derogin, Dr. Mela J. Teleke, Leo Capridi, Dr. Tiffany Rocco, Dr. Edward Cohen, Diana Johnson Wright, Dr. Diana Rosen, they are watching us, Dr. Collins Obua, Dr. Daniel Boahene, and Mr. Daniel Jagri in Jomaba. Thank you.
All right, okay.
And thank you to you, Nana Abena Afrasika Mensa, and to Samuel Owusu-Boateng. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. Breakfast Daily will come back with more.